Welcome to another episode of Pal's Card Lounge. Tonight, Nick and Brock are hanging in the lounge with Andy Carr from CD Grading. Dan and Devin couldn't hang tonight because they were so upset that the Eagles lost to the 49ers. Pop was equally as upset since the Eagles are mostly University of Georgia players, so now all his guys are out of the playoffs. But sit back. If you watch the video, you will see that Brock does that most of the time and enjoy. And most importantly, keep collecting.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Car Lounge. It's been a while since we've had a show here, probably a few weeks. Today we got a small group here in the lounge. Okay, I got Brock with me here, and from our guest tonight is we have Andy from C3 Grading. So Andy, how you doing tonight, buddy?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me, Nick and Brock. I appreciate it.
So, for those of you who actually watch or listen to our podcast, you'll know that even last show we did talk about C3 a lot. Pal Sports Cards does some grading. We started working with C3 a little bit. C3 is built for the hobbyist. They're built for the collector, and the slabs are just absolutely awesome. I'll put some links to some pictures down in the description so you can see them. That way, you know actually what we are talking about. You can check them out. You'll see going across the scroll at the bottom, there's a bunch of all of our socials to check out, where we have some of our cards listed and some codes that you can use at C3 to help you get some money off your submissions there. All right, so Andy, can you just tell us a little bit about C3? What is it? How does it stand out?
So C3 is, I think, the most exciting entry into the grading space in the hobby, and I might be a little biased when I say that. I was a customer first, and really just feel like it's the grading company I would build to use myself. And I think that's exactly what our founder Eddie has done, and he's created exciting slabs, exciting service levels, and really built it around the hobby instead of it. It kind of feels like some of the big guys want the hobby to be built around them right now. So
Yep,
I
no
think
doubt.
that's really what is setting us apart. So it's been a lot of fun this last couple months to be part of this growth and what's going on at C3.
How long has I been involved with? I probably heard about C3 maybe honestly like 4 months ago, and
Okay.
then
Oh wow.
we started doing some submissions and everything like that. So that
Mhm.
we're relatively extremely new to the game with them. How long
Mhm.
C3 been around? How long have you been dealing with them?
So I've been a customer for 2 years. I think the lifespan of the company goes back more like 5 years,
Okay.
maybe even a little further than that. But I became a customer first about 2 years ago, after kind of getting back into the hobby and into grading, and probably like a lot of people listening, having some frustrating experiences for different reasons. And I mean, I tried them all, and I just kind of stumbled into my first submission with C3, and then decided to share feedback. That made its way to Eddie, and he reached out to me, and we started communicating that way, and then that's very quickly kind of led to where we're at now. With I get to talk to card shop owners, streamers, people who do trade shows, which is kind of what I do in the hobby. And just with the time that I'm doing the hobby, I'm representing C3 and trying to wave this banner of hope and help grow the company. So
Yeah. And the biggest thing is when I did my first submission with C3, I got a text from Eddie like
yeah,
after he did, because I messed up the order form. I actually put like too many in that I sent, anything like that. And I was like, I got a text from the guy who owns this company. He's actually reaching out to me to tell me like, hey, you're getting this credit or whatever. I was like, that almost blew me away. That
he's a maniac.
Yeah, he actually, because I read, like, when I was researching it on the website, we communicate, we'll answer you, but I'm like,
Hmm.
this guy texted me, not sent me an email. He texted me to let me know, what was going on with the order and where it was in the process and everything. Yeah, and I just thought that was awesome. So
Yeah, I mean, That's typical. And we actually, I had a similar experience as a customer. And then he found out, when we communicated that I was going to be hosting our first show, one of the first shows I promoted here. We're just outside of St. Louis in Collinsville. That's where I'm based out of. And he said, well, I'd love to be part of it and send some. So he wound up kind of helping us with some attendance prizes for our show and different things like that. And I knew within like 5 minutes of talking to him and having my first, 3 or 4 submissions back at that point, I'm like, I really want to be involved with this and really want to help this guy grow this thing, because I think it's so good for the hobby and everybody in it.
Yep, I totally agree. All right, Brock, you're up, man.
How did you become a part of C3?
Oh, that's a good one, Brock. So, I mean, started off, initially as a customer, and then actually, kind of became friendly with Eddie. Really just admired his tenacity and his hustle and his opinions about the hobby. And then he posted an ad one day, like a help wanted thing. And we happened to jump on the phone about something totally unrelated. And I was joking with him, and I said, if I didn't already work 60 hours a week, I'd send you my resume. I'd love to help.
Yeah.
And he's like, we'll take all the Andy we can get. You can help, you can help out at however much or however little you want. And so he kind of introduced me to the team, and I've been just really trying to, what I see is have relationships with card shop owners, people that make the hobby go, like people that do shows like we do, people that do streaming on Whatnot, eBay sellers, and try to help them have a good relationship with their grading company is really kind of the, and it's a lot of fun. So that's how I got started with it, just by being a customer, and then talking to Eddie a few times and getting to know him over the last year. And I think this position will probably outgrow me pretty fast.
Yeah.
So,
and I think you hit it right on the head there when you said building a relationship, because that's huge. Like I said, when Eddie texted me just about, hey, little detail, it's phenomenal. So, like, how many C3 as a whole? How, do you know, like, how many people is it? I always thought it was just Eddie doing everything. Is it? How
feels that way sometimes.
Yeah. How big's the company? Like, is it like 5 people? Is it 20 people? I don't even know.
In the neighborhood of 10.
Okay.
That grade there in Hollywood with him. He is also, as you can probably tell from talking to him, he gets involved in the grading process. If his team or the technology can't come to a consensus on a card, a lot of time they're asking Eddie to look at cards and kind of be the tiebreaker or whatever. So, that's kind of the scope of it. So
talk to me a little bit about, because this is the intriguing part. I first learned about C3 by seeing an Instagram post that Jeff Wilson did. I guess Eddie was at a trade show, and he talked about, he had the 5 subcategories, which the fading subcategory to me is the best thing ever invented in a grading platform. Because whenever anyone brings cards to me, especially older cards, vintage cards, and says, hey, what do you think it would get? Anybody can look at corner, centering, all that, and come up with a, maybe it's this. But the one thing we can't tell is fading, because unless I have a perfect copy of that card, I don't know really what a 1958 Willie Mays was supposed to look like.
Right. Yeah.
And so can you talk to us about the grading process that C3 uses? Because I know they say it's a person does it and AI does it. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. So it's 2 people. There's at least 2 people that handle every card. I can tell you that, and I have limited knowledge about how other companies operate, and I don't grade cards. I haven't ever, graded cards at Hollywood or anything like that. But there are two people that look at the cards. We are using AI and surface scanning for, centering, for surface issues and things like that. And then I know there's some instances where if we encounter like a set that we haven't run into before, there's this thing that happens sometimes where you have to determine if something is a characteristic of that set or that series.
Okay.
Versus is it really a flaw on the card or something going on with the card,
print lines, stuff like that.
Yeah. I mean, is it
I never thought of that.
just a characteristic of how those cards are, or is it really a flaw?
Yeah.
So sometimes they'll get other cards in that set to reference or go back to other cards from that series they've graded. It's definitely we definitely the time aspect, even though right now we're delivering about a 3-week return average. And you probably know from talking to Eddie, as I learned, that the accuracy aspect, he takes that incredibly seriously, because it's been the downfall of so many other of these companies that have popped up that just want to hand out tens like candy to get repeat customers.
Yeah.
He'll tell you that whatever technology comes out 10, 20, 30 years from now, if somebody picks up one of our slabs, he wants that grade to hold up and make sense. So he's incredibly careful, and sometimes, that can lead to a delay with an order or something like that, the research part of it. But 2 people, AI assist, scanning, you see them enlarging things and looking at things really close. And there are minutes spent on every card, not seconds. So.
And it's funny you say that, because it's like that's the big thing right now. The how I knew that C3 was legit and actually looking at the cards and not just slapping them up was I bought probably last summer a Caitlin Clark auto off eBay on one of her just base cards. I sent it to every other company, and it came back as and of course it had a certificate of authentication with it when I bought it, but it was a place I never heard of. So I sent it to some of the other big boys to get authenticated, and everyone came back as no, it's not authentic. So I was like, you know what? With my first order, I was like, and I don't want to say I was setting it up for, to say like I gotcha type thing, but I wanted to see how legit the company was going to be. So I sent that card in. They slabbed it up, gave it a grade, but it says right on there, non-authentic auto. Like, put it in there. And I'm like, I got that. I'm like, they're looking at it. It's not just not slapping tens. They're actually looking at this card. So to me, that was like the moment I was like, they're legit.
Yeah. He doesn't want anybody to be able to go to a show and pick up a C3 slab and a 10, and that card is not a PSA 12.
Yep.
I mean, he wants the grading to be the focal point. I mean, the speed, the look of the slabs, the horizontal slabs, that's all like icing on the cake.
Yeah. Yeah, the horizontal slab's awesome. I love that part. All right, Brock, next one, buddy.
Is working at C3 fun?
Oh man, yeah. It's for me, it's been a lot of fun because I love the hobby, and I think that I've only been here a couple months, Brock, but what I get to do is once every couple weeks I go knock on doors and meet card shop owners here in the Midwest. My family was on vacation in Branson a couple weekends ago, and I have to, I'll pop into the card shop and, take my slabs in there and show them what's up. And sometimes they're not very happy to see me, but by the end, usually it's cool.
Yep.
But I think local card shop owners are the coolest people. I mean, they're so much fun. And we just signed up Top Dog Comics. They're outside of Augusta, Georgia. I think I'm getting that right. Guy's been in it 38 years. Wow. I mean, he's got a 15,000 square foot store, and just so much fun to talk to. I love, just so it's not really work for me. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, that's sweet. That's sweet. But like you said too, is like I said, we had a show. I was telling you before we started, we had a show yesterday, and we have our banners up with C3, all that kind of stuff. And people are like, "Oh, that looks cool. That looks cool." and one of our vendors has a bunch of the slabs. So I would take
Mhm.
them over to that vendor, and when they held them, they were like,
Yeah.
wow. First thing they always say, these things are clear. Like,
Yeah.
they look good, and they
Yeah.
don't feel like flimsy junk. They look and feel good.
Yeah.
And so that I made a few sales for submissions just by letting the people hold it.
Yeah.
You know,
I had the same experience doing shows. I mean, like when you put it in people's hand, it's game over. By the way, I want to thank you guys. You guys do awesome content around C3. I know Eddie wanted me to pass that along too. That how
thank you.
much we appreciate all the shorts and videos, and just that's really how we're going to grow this thing. So
Yeah.
it means the world to us to have people that submit with us. Go out and talk about us, and then share that kind of stuff on socials. So
Yeah, we're trying.
We both really appreciate it.
And we're not great at it. You know, we're learning as we go, and we look at what other people do, and I'm like, oh, that looks cool. I'm going to try to do that. You know, copy off them. Who cares?
Production over perfection, right?
That's right. Just
get it out there.
Get it out there. Get it in an algorithm, and certain stuff takes off. Other stuff doesn't at all.
Yeah.
You know, the stuff you think that's going to work doesn't. The stuff you don't think is going to work does. You know, you never know. You never know.
Yep.
You know,
part of the fun.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah. It is. It's part of the fun. You know. So Brock, next question, boss man.
Why should someone grade with C3?
Ooh,
heavy hitter.
I mean, he's nailing me. There's I could talk forever about this.
Go ahead.
There's a lot of reasons. I think Nick, you guys did an episode. I think it might have been like your second episode, and you started to kind of lay out this argument about the time aspect.
Uh-huh.
And it's funny because I watched that, and it's exactly what I'm explaining every day, because I always get like that $1 million question. If my card in a PSA 10 is the highest priced card, why would I want to grade my card or invest my money in grading with anywhere else other than that? And I talk a lot about velocity. You know, how far can you get and how fast? And people use Card Ladder to evaluate cards. I know, and I don't know this for sure, but I think the reason that they named it Card Ladder was probably because you're trying to climb the ladder. You know, you're trying to move up, and whether you're a collector or a shop owner, or trying to increase the value of your inventory. So any grading company that jumps on and says their 10 is worth more price wise than a PSA 10, I would say run away. I mean, it's they're living in la la land. But when there is price and there is value, price is what you pay, value is what you get. And when you consider the time that's involved, and you talked about that, mm-hmm. You can climb 5 or 6 rungs on the card ladder with us in the time. You can get those cards back. You can take them to the show that weekend. You can flip them. You can take your capital, whether you're collecting or you can go back to the well and buy more cards. You go the other route, your capital's tied up. We're hearing, I'm having shop owners tell me 8 and 9 months right now. I don't know if I don't want to get on here and spread misinformation, but all year long we've been hearing 5 and 6 months, and now I'm hearing it's 8 or 9 months. You can't really move very fast in the hobby if all your capital is tied up for 9 months.
No, and usually that investment already, if it's something that's considered liquid or modern, it's going up and down. It could have took a dump already.
Yeah. I mean, a good half of them are anyway, right? I mean, they're not all going to be winners, but getting your stuff back, being able to move. I think having a different product. I think when you set up a display of C3 slabs at a show, people, I think you've experienced this. People are holding them like, what is this? And you have to explain the whole thing. But when people can hold these slabs, I mean, they are high quality acrylic. The labels look great, and like I said, all that stuff's icing on the cake. But I just think whether it's for PC or from an investment standpoint, I want to be able to turn my inventory if I'm really in it to sell.
Yep. No
I'm
doubt.
kind of in between myself. I hold some stuff and then I do shows, but I think there's an argument to be made there. Not to mention that, if my card gems with the big guys, they're going to charge me a fee. Is there's no
They do.
conflict. There couldn't be a conflict with that.
Yeah. Yes,
so-
they do.
So I just think the policies, you got a guy at the helm. Our founder is a true collector. He's about the hobby. He's a great human being. And I just, I think this year, I just this last couple of months from talking to people, there is a definite undercurrent of people who are tired of status quo. They want something different. Unfortunately, I think some people are also getting out of grading altogether. I know one shop owner that I really want to bring on with us is like, I'm done with it. I'm tired of being a customer service guy for another company, so.
Which you have no control over.
Yeah. And he's just trying to run a card shop and he's got to answer, why aren't my cards back yet all the time? And I get it. But we're committed to, trying to maintain, we want to be fast. We want to provide good service. I mean, when you have here we are, there's just you and me, and we both had similar experiences where we dealt straight with the owner.
Yep.
At a point where he's probably grading 10,000 cards a month, and taking time to talk to you about your order. So
which he doesn't have to,
No. So
we've never experienced that with any other company.
No, I'm like, I got to work with this guy. So with what time I have in the hobby, that's what I'm doing. So.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you. Pretty much everything you said. That's my biggest explanation to people when they ask me why grade with them.
Yeah.
If I even tell them, like, all right, and I ask them, are you a collector? Or are you a flipper? What do you do? Mm-hmm. And if they're a flipper, the whole thing is, all right, you're going to invest $9 in this card. Mm-hmm. You're going to get it back in roughly 3 weeks. You can now take that, and even if say that it comes back as a 10. Mm-hmm. Even if you compare that to a PSA 10 and drop the price by 15%, mm-hmm. You're still making money, and now your money is only tied up with your investment in that card and the grading for roughly 3 weeks, rather than have it being tied up for 5 to 6 months.
Mm-hmm. You can turn that card 4 or 5 times over.
Especially if you're in football season, something happens first week of the year, somebody hits big, whatever, you start sending his stuff out, you're going to have it back before week 4 of the season, mm-hmm. with paying $9. Mm-hmm. If you wanted that through any other company, you're paying hundreds of dollars. So why not? Why not? You want to talk about return on investment? I mean, take a business class, people. That's what you can do. It's money tied up, volume, repetitive, over and over. You'll make your money tenfold before it makes their money one time coming back if they do a normal submission without putting hundreds of dollars into it.
Everybody's
so why not give it a chance, people? Why not?
Yeah. Everybody's so fixated on that if I get a 10 and if it's that transaction price is so much higher, and it's like that's definitely a consideration, but it's not the whole picture, especially if it's frozen capital. You can't do anything with it while it's, waiting to be graded. So it's just money you have tied up that you can't use to trade or sell or get the cards you really want.
Yep.
So.
Yeah. So why not give it a chance, people? Let's go.
Yep.
Let's go. Go to c3grading.com, use codes PALS at checkout, get $1 off. So now you're only paying $8. And the one thing they're doing now is you don't pay for return shipping. That $8 includes you getting your cards back. Okay.
We won't even charge you a fee if they're really nice 10s. We don't even. There's no other.
Yeah, they're not doing it, people. So why pay that big corporation $30 just in a shipping cost to get it back, when half the time they send it through a carrier, which you don't even. It never comes when it's supposed to anyway. So give them a try here, people. Let's go. Try something new. So Andy, plug anything you need to right now. Any other topics that you want to hit that I didn't, because again, not a journalist. Don't ask the best questions in the world. Anything else you want to talk about C3 to let the people know?
Just that, my role really is to help card shop owners. We have a great program that works well for shop owners, makes sense for them, makes sense for their customers. Whether you're wanting to add another, if you use the other companies and you want to add another alternative for your customers, or you just want to offer grading in your shop, if you're a Whatnot streamer, a reseller. I call them weekend warriors, us guys that do shows.
Yep.
Email me, Andy@c3grading.com, and I will work with you to put together a program that makes sense for you and your customers.
Awesome.
So that's my deal.
That's awesome. So what we'll do now is, and before I just get to the next part, I did text Eddie the other day, and I said, Eddie, when you're ready to open a Pennsylvania branch, you need to let me know. Didn't get a response.
I think you are the Pennsylvania branch.
That's great.
I think you, yeah.
The Northeast Submission Center. So,
I got the Midwest lockdown. I think I've visited every card shop. There's a couple still, within 3 hours of me. I get a day away, and I just hop in the car and like, who haven't I seen yet? Just go and knock on the door.
We're like I said, we're in Southeast Pennsylvania. We're densely populated down here. And I remember Pop was on the one time, and he goes, "Yeah, my local card shop's like over an hour away." I'm like, "What? An hour away?" I was like, "We got like 10 within like 15 minutes." It's just a totally different. It's just a different place.
Same thing. It's pretty dense here in St. Louis too. It's a really exciting time for the hobby here. So
yeah, it is. It's fun right now. So what we do now, usually on this part of the show, is we just talk about stuff. So
all right,
I'm gonna. You told me stuff you were interested in when we were off before. I'm gonna ask you questions because I want to learn right now.
Okay, I'll do my best.
I actually had people come to the show, like when we do shows, and they ask me like, "Hey, do you have Marvel? Tell me about it," because I'm just pretty much a sports guy. Like, what should we be looking for? What are the best ones to send to C3 to grade? Like, what would you recommend?
Well, really, like I like I mentioned earlier when we were visiting, I have 2 girls, and I collect some sports, like if it's iconic players, I have some Jordan stuff. We were talking about Mickey Mantle,
Yep.
I write a passage to own a Mickey Mantle card if you're going to be in the hobby.
Yep.
But I just kind of, I'm not a big sports guy. I don't keep up, week to week with I enjoy sports, but I don't, keep up with stats and all those kind of things week to week. So with my girls, we just found, we all like WWE. We go to WWE. I've been into that since I was a kid.
Yep. Same here.
So that makes up a big part of my collection. And then,
Cena.
they like, John Cena. Yep. Oh, I got one I can show you, Brock. I'll have to see if I have it with me. And then we picked up just things that like catch their eye. Like Topps has done a great job with Chrome, with Disney and Marvel. And so really like numbered cards, sketches. They have these, they're autographs, but it's obviously, it's not really Iron Man that autographs it. It might be like the voice actor or, something like that. But, so those types of things, anything that's scarce and looks cool really with Marvel is just like, I brought this one. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. This is an Iron Man rose gold to 40.
That's awesome looking.
In a C3 slab.
Yep.
I brought this. I got to ship it because I just sold it on eBay.
Nice.
Did pretty well with it. So
good.
Just things like that. Anything that looks cool, they're fun. It's a fun rip, because you just get these characters that you remember when you were a kid, and so those are the kind of things with Marvel. Just anything that aesthetically looks good, looks cool.
Yeah, the one thing I collect since I was a kid, I love Garbage Pail Kids.
Oh yeah,
that's like the original garbage. That's like, if I see them somewhere, I'm buying them. And it's that.
Yeah.
So anybody out there, if you have Garbage Pail Kids you want to sell, send me an email.
Yeah,
I'll definitely buy it from you. It's just one of those things. It's like you said, we want what we had or we wanted as a kid. Because I'm the same age. I'm 47, so it's like now we're at the point where we can buy them.
And I wasn't getting a mantle whenever I was in 4th grade. Yeah.
No. Brock, you got another question, buddy? Anything you want to ask? You want to show off get one of your C3 slabs that you like?
I don't have. Oh wait, no.
Yeah, it's in your back. You got them.
I gotta move my thing, but
All right, he'll be back in a minute then. So, because he has a bunch of Penn State guys up there.
I got one I want to show him if I can find it. Yep, I found it.
which
And he
one?
comes back on.
Get one of the singletons.
You're talking about the horizontals.
Yeah. Oh, that's sweet.
I have the Jackson Dart of the horizontal.
All right. Oh, yeah, that's
Nice.
hard to see. You're getting a little glare there, bud.
Nice.
But yeah, that's a singleton auto, and that's a 10.
Oh, Dad,
Here's
can
my-
you buy that for me?
Oh, that's a
That's
cool
my
Cena.
Cena.
We should put that in the basement.
Yeah, that's a cool Cena, man.
You
It's
should
a
buy that.
auto to 150.
But yeah, people, look at the label, man. That makes it. Why wouldn't you want a matching cool label rather than a one that's white and red or just plain black and white? I mean, look at that. Talk
I'll
about
trade you.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Yeah. I always tell people, like, why would you want your cards to look like your grandpa's coin collection?
Exactly.
That's kind of what I mean. You know, this is so much better in every
Yep.
way.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. So with everything else going, it seems like, with everything going on in the hobby, you got up charges, you got shady things where grades getting changed and repacks, all that kind of stuff. Allegedly, you have to always say allegedly. It seems like C3 is the total opposite of that. They're trying to do everything totally opposite of that. They're giving you free shipping back. They're giving you 2 people looking at a card with AI assist. They're spending more than 5 seconds looking at your card. They actually care about it, people. So put the quality, give them a try. $9 a card, $8 if you use the code, or you can get it to us and we'll get it down there for you.
Yep.
So, but Andy, I just want to thank you for coming on, man, because this was awesome. Because I always love to learn about, because grading is always, that's what everyone's talking about, and this is a different process. It's a new, I don't want to say it's a niche, a group, but it's getting a following online. You look at even the group that we're in on Facebook, the amount of people. I think when I got in the group, there was like 10 people in it.
Yeah, we just started it.
200?
You were one of the first.
Yeah, it's like 200, and people are posting the stuff they got, and it's just cool to see.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
I know. I saw one guy posted a card. It was I forget. I think it was like a Bryce Harper, but it was like a kaleidoscope looking one, and the label was like a kaleidoscope. And I was like, I gotta find a card and send it in just so I get that label.
Yeah.
I was like, I want that label.
There's some cool stuff in there. It's really neat to see. When people, share their, unveil their submissions on there. It's really, I think that's a lot of fun, and that's how we're going to grow this thing. We do not have a $1 billion ad budget. It's me and you and that group. And
Do you grade these?
What do you got there?
Those
are the big ones.
Those are the big ones. The big oversized ones.
So far I haven't run into anything. We grade all the thick cards. I haven't seen us do any of those, but that's an Eddie question.
We'll have to ask Eddie, because I also have a few like 1952 tops that are always a little bigger. Ask him if he can grade it because of the size of them. If he could grade
those,
them,
he can.
Oh, okay, those you can. Okay,
Yeah.
cool, perfect. I'll be sending a few of them in now.
Yeah.
Too. But now, Andy, I just want to thank you for coming on, man. This was awesome. We're
Nick
definitely
and Brock, thank you guys.
We'll get you in the lounge. When we finally can get everybody in it. Bring you in and shoot it about a bunch of different things in the hobby.
Yeah,
So.
I appreciate you guys taking the time. I enjoyed it, and consider me a resource if you guys need anything with C3.
Awesome. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
All right. Thank you guys. Have a good
Thanks.
night.
Keep collecting, everybody.
All right.
All right.